Hey everybody, Nick Espinoza, your chief security fanatic here, and today we actually have to talk about the Department of Defense here in the United States because their mobile security sucks. I'm not kidding. Here's what's going on as per PC Magazine, but this is a huge thing. Smartphones issued by the Pentagon are routinely loaded with dating apps, games, and possibly TikTok, posing a potential national security risk, and this is according to a new U.S. government report. Now, these findings come from the Department of Defense's Office of Inspector General, which was actually spotted by Gizmodo and put out to the world. On last week Thursday, the agency released a report that found segments of the U.S. military have been allowing personnel to install unauthorized software from public app stores. That's a problem because many apps can collect personal data from smartphones without the user's full knowledge. If this is a government-issued phone, they're getting a whole bunch of stuff on a member of the U.S. military. And in some cases, these apps have also been secretly malicious or could hijack things like devices to control cameras, microphones, pull data from GPS, all that kind of stuff as well. If you recall back in the day, the U.S. military, like maybe 3 years ago or so, 4 years ago, I think it was before the pandemic, actually had to disallow soldiers from using Strava. That is the app that tracks your stuff, because they were literally, as they're jogging around military installations, Strava was mapping this in real time in the cloud, and they were literally mapping out military installations around the United States and the world. So that's a huge problem. But the Inspector General, to get back to the original issue here with the Pentagon, and I quote, "Many unmanaged applications routinely require access to a user's contact list, location data, and photo library that could reveal sensitive DoD locations and information." Again, this is a phone issued by the Department of Defense. Now, the report refrains from naming the apps that were installed in government devices, but it notes that Pentagon personnel were basically found using apps for video streaming services, fantasy football, dating, or for, and I quote, "short-term video creation," which is a possible reference to TikTok. They are the largest short-form video creation platform on the planet right now. Now, in December, President Biden signed an order banning TikTok from government devices over concerns that the Chinese government could pressure the app to spy on Americans. I'm 100% for that. I was 100% for it when Trump proposed that. I'm glad it got over the finish line. Now, in other cases, Pentagon personnel may have been using, quote, "unmanaged electronic messaging applications," end quote, to conduct official business, which represents a violation of federal record retention policies. In other words, they're installing Signal onto their phones, which is end-to-end encrypted, and that cannot be recorded, cannot be seen, and there you go. You're violating compliance law in the United States. Now, the investigation also found personal apps from Chinese drone maker, a Chinese drone maker, I'm guessing it's DJI. They were recently banned because that was an act the Defense Department banned in 2018 over cybersecurity concerns. People flying these drones around bases, and it's phoning home to the Chinese government. That was a huge thing. That was one of the very first videos I did. Yeah, went absolutely ape on Facebook, and I got a lot of "Nick, you're an idiot" things from drone enthusiasts, and so there you go. Now, the Inspector General's report also blames the Department of Defense for their lack of, quote, "a comprehensive mobile device and application policy," end quote, for unauthorized app use. In addition, at least some U.S. military departments have provided no training to personnel on acceptable use. That obviously is a very huge thing. We have to train absolutely everybody that is involved in using our technology, whether you're a corporation or the freaking U.S. military. To quote the report again, contributing to the issue, DoD mobile device users cannot easily identify which of the mobile applications on their DoD mobile devices have been approved for official DoD business. Meaning, is it app A? Is it app B? Who knows? So they're just using what they want to use. So, to continue, the Department of Defense did not immediately respond to a request for comment. However, the Inspector General reports noted that the Pentagon is trying to crack down on this problem. That includes pulling App Store access from staffers, quote, "without justifiable need," end quote, and removing apps deemed a security risk from government mobile devices. The report from the Inspector General also offers several recommendations on how the problem could be fixed. Still, it notes, quote, "management officials did not fully address or did not respond," end quote, to 14 of those recommendations. And this is what we're talking about. If I'm setting up corporate security or military security, we are putting in MDMs, or mobile device management. We are creating application whitelisting and blacklisting, or allow lists and block lists, to basically say, look, these are the 5 applications that the DoD or the corporation or whoever actually need to do their business. Everything else is disallowed, or has to go through approval by the cybersecurity team to actually vet the app to make sure that we're not downloading TikTok onto like the general's phone because he wants to watch stupid videos and getting the entire Pentagon data mine. So this is an issue that we've got to face, but when you are looking at one of the largest, most complex, and vastest, if that's a word, military on the planet, for them to simply just install whatever they want on mobile phones, which are literally a sea of sensors and a potential surveillance device in your pocket, these things have to be controlled so tightly that it's just unconscionable that this is allowed to happen. The DoD needs to start buying licenses for a good MDM, and that's one of the things that we're talking about here. It costs money to properly manage and secure technology, and if the DoD is not willing to spend it, quite frankly, they shouldn't be issuing technology to their soldiers that they can't control, because we end up in a situation like this. And please like, share, follow me here on Facebook and Twitter at NickAESP, and please feel free to subscribe to me at YouTube as well. Hopefully all of those are allowed in your MDM, even though they'll data mine you, so you better not be using it on a DoD phone. And as always, stay safe, stay online, and please attempt to stay private. Thanks, everybody.